Optimism, the key to opening your heart. Inspired by Stoic philosophy, optimism is the key to unlocking the heart. As the Stoics once taught, there are days when I feel completely drained, not because of any big tragedy, but because of the small, repetitive frustrations of daily life. They fall like drops of water in the same spot, slowly wearing me down without me realizing it. One rainy day, I was returning home from the market, soaked and tired from carrying heavy bags. The neighbors were arguing, a child was crying, and my heart suddenly felt heavy for no reason at all. No one hurt me, yet it felt like life was quietly stealing away my peace and hope. I used to think optimism was reserved for the lucky, people who didn't have to worry about money, betrayal, or loss. But one day I came across the Stoics' wisdom: when the mind is restless, every place is suffering. When the mind is at peace, even strong winds feel like a breeze. That day, I sat in silence for a long time and wondered, maybe I was the one pulling darkness into my life. By refusing to step out of my own negative thoughts. So, I began observing myself. Why did a simple comment hurt me so deeply? Why did someone's forgotten promise make me lose faith in everyone? Why was it easier to despair than to gently tell myself, it's going to be okay? Then I realized something profound. Optimism doesn't mean pretending you're not sad. It means knowing you're sad, but choosing to move forward anyway. I started small. Every morning before checking my phone, I'd open the window and take a deep breath. Whenever something upset me, I'd pause for 5 seconds and breathe before reacting. I learned to smile, even when I didn't feel like it, and strangely, sometimes the smile came first, and the happiness followed later. One day, while sipping tea, I saw an elderly man pedaling his bike in the rain, selling vegetables. His raincoat was torn, yet he was smiling and chatting cheerfully with people. I felt ashamed. He had far less than me, but seemed much lighter in spirit. I remembered the Stoic teaching: the one who knows contentment is truly rich. The one who can smile is at peace. From then on, I understood that optimism isn't a gift from life, it's a choice, a practice, a form of training. Someone once asked me, in a world full of uncertainty, how do you stay optimistic without being naive? I smiled and said, I'm not optimistic because I think everything will go well. I'm optimistic because I believe that no matter what happens, I will learn something from it. You can choose sadness, that's normal. But let it be wise sadness. Be sad to understand, not to blame. Be sad to grow, not to fade. Even in the darkest days, you can still be the one who lights a candle. That light comes from within you. That's when I truly understood why the Stoics never promised a life without suffering. They simply showed us how to transform suffering into light. And one of the first sparks of that light is optimism, the key that opens the heart. There are mornings I still wake up feeling heavy because of an unanswered message or a broken expectation. I don't pretend I'm fine, I admit it. Yes, I'm sad, but it's okay. I still have myself. I've learned to sit quietly with my sadness, just as the Stoics once taught, to face pain without running away. I remember visiting a friend who had cancer. He smiled so brightly you'd think he hadn't just received bad news. I asked, how can you still smile? He said, because every day I wake up, breathe, and see the sunlight, that's already a gift. If today were my last day, at least I smiled. That moment humbled me. I used to be sad over small things and forgot the simple joy of being alive. Another day, I met a street cleaner near my house. She smiled every morning despite her hard work. I once asked, aren't you tired? She laughed, of course I am, dear. Everyone has their share of fatigue, but a smile makes it lighter. If I swept the streets with a heavy heart, the trash inside me would be worse than what's outside. Her wisdom touched me deeply. The Stoics believed wisdom can be found in anyone, even the humblest of people. We often set conditions for optimism. I'll be positive when I'm rich, when no one betrays me, when life is perfect. But if life were that flawless, what would there be to learn? Even the Stoics understood that peace doesn't come from comfort. It's an art that grows within. Now, Optimism to me isn't about forcing myself to be happy. It's about learning to live peacefully with imperfection. When things go wrong, instead of reacting, I pause and ask, what is this trying to teach me? When people treat me poorly, I learn compassion. When work doesn't go my way, I learn patience. When I lose something, I learn to let go. It's true, gold is tested by fire and wisdom by hardship. One time, I was afraid to go out because the world felt too chaotic. But I started noticing small kindnesses again. A lottery seller wishing me luck, a child offering me a wildflower, a stranger helping me pick up my fallen bike. Those small gestures reminded me that the world is still full of goodness. I once read about the actor Keanu Reeves. Despite fame, he often eats alone in parks, shares food with the homeless and helps strangers in trouble. He's lost loved ones, been betrayed and lived many years in solitude, yet he remains calm and humble. When asked why he stays optimistic, he said, "Life's too short to stay angry or bitter." Perhaps he understood the Stoic philosophy that life is suffering, but the mind doesn't have to be. Happiness isn't found far away. If you can wake up and see sunlight, you're already blessed. Every day gives you another chance to love, to forgive, to grow. As long as you stay optimistic, your soul is still alive. I no longer try to make life easier. I try to make my heart softer, so when storms come, I can still sway like a leaf without breaking. Sometimes, I sit in a cafe on a rainy day and watch an old security guard wipe down chairs with a smile. When I asked how long he had worked there, he said, 15 years. Rain or shine, I'm just grateful to have work and a place to come back to. Look out there, some people will sleep on the streets tonight. I realized then, while I worried about big things, some people were simply grateful to live another day. Optimism isn't about what you have, but how you see what you have. Once, I knew a woman selling sticky rice at dawn. Her husband had left, and she was raising 2 kids alone. Even on freezing mornings, she smiled. I smile so my kids won't worry, she said. If a mother's sad, the whole house feels dark. That moment taught me that optimism isn't just an emotion, it's a responsibility. A choice to keep standing so others can lean on you. I also heard about an old doctor who cared for his paralyzed wife every night after long shifts, 10 years without a complaint. When asked if he ever felt tired, he smiled and said, "Every day I get to be beside her is a day worth living. I don't feel burdened, I just feel love." Stories like these remind me that despite all the pain in the world, kindness still exists everywhere. The so-called key to the heart that the Stoics speak of isn't some mystical secret. It's in how we choose to see life, to look toward the light, to believe in people's goodness, to act kindly instead of resentfully. When your heart opens, suffering turns into lessons and challenges become opportunities. Every step brings you closer to peace. Optimism doesn't mean always smiling. It means believing that even your tears can cleanse your soul. And if today you feel tired or heartbroken, remember, you're not alone. We're all learning to walk through life imperfectly but sincerely. Be gentle with yourself. Inside you, there's always a light, and no matter how hard the wind blows, as long as you protect it with care, it will never go out. Thank you for staying until the end. I hope these reflections from Stoicism Philosophy Daily have lightened your heart, even just a little. If this message speaks to you, share it. Sometimes a soft word can save a weary soul. And if you wish to continue nurturing peace and wisdom within, subscribe to Stoicism Philosophy Daily, where we share timeless teachings and real stories to help you live calmly and kindly every day.